I took special note of that occasion because Charles and I are birthday buddies, born in the same year, only 2.5 months apart. Would you believe Charles and I exchange birthday cards every year? Of course you would, won't you? Charles doesn't know I exist. In any case, I still remember when the Prince made his first official visit to the United States back in July 1970. In those days, Life magazine was a staple in American culture, and one of its regular features was a column written by Hugh Siding on the presidency. The week following Charles' visit, Siding penned an article which I clipped and still have in my files nearly 50 years ago. The article reflected on the frenzied reception the young Prince received in our country and the ongoing fascination we Americans have for British royalty. The irony is that America was founded in large measure as a protest to the rule of monarchs and wanted nothing to do with monarchs in its constitutional government. So why was our nation so starstruck by Prince Charles back then, and why are we so captivated by all of his relatives today? Well, looking back to 1970, Hugh Siding noted that Prince Charles traveled to America against the dark backdrop of the Johnson and Nixon presidencies, the Civil Rights Struggle, and the Vietnam War, which left a lot of our citizens yearning for happier times and for leaders they could really look up to. People were nostalgic for the days of Camelot, when the glamorous Kennedys occupied the White House. And right on cue, along came Charles, like a knight in shining armor, fresh-faced and innocent, still untainted by controversy and scandal. A nation with an aversion to kings suddenly took a liking to the future king of England. Fittingly, Hugh Siding's article was entitled "A Lingering Love of the Royal." I won't embarrass myself or you by asking for a show of hands, but I'll bet a lot of us watched Prince Charles' wedding to Diana Spencer on TV, and tuned in again to witness Princess Diana's funeral, and were glued to our sets yet again to see the wedding of another future king of England, Prince William, to Kate Middleton, and more recently the wedding of his younger brother, Prince Harry, to Meghan Markle. You see, in theory, Americans have sworn off royalty by declaring ourselves to be a republic. But in actuality, we have a lingering love of the Lord. As it turns out, Americans are not the only people who have ambivalent feelings about royalty. The biblical people of Israel demonstrate this same ambivalence, and their story is worth retelling in detail. God's chosen people languished in slavery for decades at the hand of a monarch with absolute power, the Egyptian Pharaoh. When Moses emerges as their leader and secures their deliverance, it's no accident that he is not crowned as a king. The Israelites have bitter memories of kings and want to be free from the tyranny of kings. When they settle in the Promised Land, they're content to be a confederacy of tribes, governed not by monarchs, but by judges, strictly non-royal types, such as Joshua, Samson, and Deborah. After all, it is their God who has liberated them from servitude and restored them to their proper home. Therefore, this God will be their only king. However, as time passes, the natives grow restless. The Israelites are under constant threat of attack from their neighbors and lack a unified army to defend themselves. So what do these people who have always said no to a king eventually do? They clamor for a king, an earthly king. For a disorganized, vulnerable band of tribes, having a king holds the promise of stability and security. But Israel's history is proof of the old adage: be careful what you wish for. The people of Israel get what they want: a king, a mixed bag of a man named Saul. And under his erratic rule, the nation struggles to survive. His successor, King David, fares much better. He unites the 12 tribes, establishes a capital in Jerusalem, and expands Israel's territory through military conquest. It's no wonder that David is later remembered as the ideal king of Israel, in spite of his personal flaws and foibles. Today's Old Testament lesson from 2 Samuel contains David's farewell speech to his people. He declares that God has made an eternal covenant with him and with the nation of Israel, which is another way of proclaiming that David's descendants will rule forever. But forever turns out to be only a brief moment in time. After the death of David's son and successor, King Solomon, the nation is torn asunder into the northern king of Israel and the southern king of Judah, and many of their monarchs proved to be despots who were unfaithful to God and oppressed their people. In the end, both kingdoms fall, and many of their leading citizens are carted off into captivity. Their fate is sealed not only by the superior strength of neighboring kings, but by the incompetence and corruption of their own kings. Once again, be careful what you wish for. And yet, despite all their bad experiences with kings, the people of Israel continue to wish for a king. This is true during their exile in Assyria and Babylon, and more especially true after they return to their homeland and live under a succession of new foreign powers. They still hold out hope for a monarch in the mold of King David, who will overthrow their oppressors and restore their nation to its former glory. No matter that many of their previous kings have a track record of idolatry, immorality, and injustice, the people can always hope for a new David. And the old David they remember isn't just a poet, a prophet, a judge, or a warrior. He's a king, and he's a great king at that. No matter that he sometimes abuses his political power and has an illicit love affair with the wife of one of his military officers, he also has a palace and an army and brings autonomy, security, stability, and prosperity to his nation. David is a king, and Israel wants another king just like him. I mean, he's John F. Kennedy and Prince Charles rolled into one. see it? Etched into the hearts of the biblical people of God is a lingering love of the royal. Now, fast forward to the first century, and we find Israel's hopes for a new king from the house of David, raised to a fever pitch. The people are standing on their tiptoes, looking for a Messiah, a mighty ruler who will banish the hated Romans and reestablish a strong, independent nation of Israel. Lo and behold, along comes a young prophet from Nazareth named Jesus, who exercises extraordinary power through word and deed. Rumors start flying that he is the new king of the Jews. Well, these rumors land Jesus in trouble. First, with the religious authorities, because he is not the kind of Messiah they're looking for. And second, with the political authorities, because they aren't looking for a new Jewish king at all. They already have a king named Herod and an emperor named Tiberius. And both men are anxious to hang on to their power. This conflict lies behind today's gospel lesson, which recounts the famous dialogue between Jesus and Pilate when Jesus is put on trial for blasphemy and treason. Pilate asks, "Are you the king of the Jews?" Notice that Jesus' reply is ambiguous. He doesn't deny being a king, but he doesn't fully embrace the title either. If people insist on calling him a king, so be it. But he wants to be clear that he is not a king like Herod or Tiberius. My kingdom does not belong to this world, he says. If my kingdom belonged to this world, my followers would fight to keep me from being handed over to the Jewish authorities. No, my kingdom does not belong here. Friends, nearly a half century after Prince Charles visited America for the first time, not just Americans, but people the world over have a lingering love of the Lord. We're enamored by the celebrity and glamour of Broadway and Tinseltown. We're impressed by the wealth and power of Wall Street and Pennsylvania Avenue. This tendency isn't all bad, of course. You and I can cut ourselves some slack for glancing at People magazine in the grocery store checkout line, or getting goosebumps when we hear the Marine Band play Hail to the Chief. It's understandable that we Americans who refuse to bow to king or emperor still have a fascination for the royal family on the other side of the pond, and for the lifestyles of the rich and famous on this side of the pond. But let's not forget that our fascination entails risks. When celebrity and authority get fused in a single person, the combination can be intoxicating and even dangerous. Unless your head has been stuck in the sand for the last several months, you know all about Harvey Weinstein, the Hollywood big shot who embodied the seductive mix of glamour and power, leading to tragic consequences for countless women. Or you know about Theodore McCarrick, the former Catholic Archbishop of Washington, who wore the ostentatious robes of a cardinal by day and abused young boys and men by night, claiming pathetic didn't like to sleep alone. But maybe I'd better stop naming names, because I might call out the name of people some of you truly admire. Or more to the point, because I know better than to cast the first stone at obvious sinners. The truth is, ordinary pastors like me enjoy just enough celebrity and power to be tempted on occasion to exploit their position and abuse others' nonsense. However, before I stop naming names, let me circle back to the name I mentioned a few moments ago. The name that is above every name. The name at which every knee should bow in heaven and earth and under the earth, and every tongue confess that Jesus Christ is Lord, to the glory of God the Father. Today is Christ the King Sunday on the Christian calendar. A celebration which reveals that even Christians in a democratic society have a lingering love of the Lord. When Pilate asks, "Are you the King of the Jews?" he doesn't get a straight answer. But as followers of Jesus, we believe we know the answer. For 20 centuries, we have declared Jesus to be King, not only of the church, but of all creation. And to be sure, Christ the King Sunday recognizes that Christ's rule is often hidden and is certainly incomplete. For a time, other rulers have their day in the sun. But Christ the King Sunday affirms that at the end of history, Jesus will be the only ruler still left standing. The despots and demagogues will all be defeated. Christ will be crowned King of the universe. But lest we forget, on that great day, he will still be the same kind of king he is on the day he stands before Pilate. He will still be wearing a crown of thorns. He will still be modest and self-effacing, pointing beyond himself to the Father who sent him to redeem humanity and gave him the final victory. He will still be unrecognizable to those who are enamored by wealth and glamour and military might. The victory he will achieve will be the victory of humility, forgiveness, justice, peace, and above all, love. In the meantime, you and I can be excused for our lingering love of the Lord. Our lives are sometimes mundane and dull enough that we get a charge from fawning over movie stars, princes, and even politicians. But let's not forget that the only kind of royalty that really lasts and really matters is the kind that is born in a manger and dies on the cross. The kind of royalty that comes to serve and not be served.
Let's go downtown.